talking to Aaron Carter and Corey Haim, the rigors of your earliest years being tainted by the pressures and temptations of fame has a way of leading to major traumas that they spend decades of their life trying to recover from. And at times, the story winds up tragically with drug addiction and other vices creeping in, leading to horrible premature deaths. But at the moment, no one is a bigger advertisement from the ravages of child stardom than Orlando Brown. The once promising actor is now better known as a troubled man with absolutely no filter, who makes allegations left and right while spawning no shortage of crazy viral clips in the process.
Speaking of Raven and Mickey Mouse, you had that line in No Fear.
Oh my God.
You know what line I'm talking about?
Yeah, tell Minnie Mouse to suck my sack like Raven did when she was black. When you hear that rat-a-tat, I suggest you niggas scat. Yeah, well, I meant just that.
Just that?
Just that, yeah.
But this didn't happen overnight. Instead, it was a process that began long ago, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. It's your boy Luesta, and this is how Orlando Brown apparently lost his mind. With roles in Major Payne, Coach, Sister, and The Jamie Foxx Show, Orlando Brown was a fixture of the entertainment landscape in his younger years. Best known for portraying Eddie Thomas in That's So Raven in the 2000s, he did so for many years. And as the show got increasingly popular, he basically became a household name.
Well, I'm Eddie Thomas, and I've always dreamed of being in show business.
Well, son, I'm about to make your dream come true.
But at the height of his fame, Orlando decided to step away from the kids' TV world. In 2007, he severed ties with Disney, opting to dedicate his time to his singing career. Yet almost immediately, he hit a stumbling block. His first arrest came that same year when he wound up being apprehended with marijuana. Orlando was promptly released on bond, but maintained it had nothing to do with him.
In a statement marijuana was
around
legal.
that time, Brown claimed that it wasn't even his vehicle and had just been loaned to him for the purposes of making an album. I didn't know what was in the car. That's not what I do. I consider myself a youth activist. I don't want this arrest lingering over my head, Brown said. I love what I do. Why jeopardize what I built? Undergoing a 5-year hiatus from the screen while he attempted to launch a music career, Orlando never managed to obtain a charting single, nor did he lock down a major recording contract. But at least back then, he seemed to be on a positive course, and in interviews, he seemed far more lucid and sincere than we're used to seeing him today.
What brings you out here tonight?
Oh my goodness. Well, my two big brothers, Fredro Starr and Sticky Fingers, they've been brothers of mine for years now, and I know they're gonna play a big, great part in this movie.
And when it comes to Michael Jackson and everything that's going on, how did he contribute to your life?
I really, like I've been saying, I really have no words, but I'm respectful towards his contribution to the music industry, and he's been like family to all of us, and I'm not taking it too well, and I won't for a while. I think the world is kind of like that, so to move on, I think that he'll live on forever, and I know that he'll live on forever.
Before Orlando Brown is Orlando Brown today, the PR was great. But to be honest, like back in the day, and it's crazy, I'm saying back in the day, in like 2003, that's crazy, right? Insane. But back in the day used to be like, you know, the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, you get what I'm saying? Now it's the 2000s. Insanity. But back in the day, you had stars, you had celebrities. So how the PR and how they're supposed to, you know, conduct themselves in interviews and how they answer questions and all of that was to a T, because you had to know these things. It's called artist development, okay? Even if you're not an artist, if you're an actor, it's called development, okay? You have to know these things. You have to be basically camera ready and especially interview ready as well if you're doing interviews. So I'm not surprised that he was very well spoken and knew how to answer these questions like that, okay? Because that's what you had to do, okay? You had to be quick on your feet. Now, it's a lot of artists and people that really need artist development or even just development, period, even if they're not artists. They really do need it, okay? It's getting, I see a shift that's changing, though. I see a shift happening. It's getting better because people are, like, not being so, how can you say it? I see celebrities like pushing back a little bit where they're not being so accessible or so, you know, easy to reach or to, you know, all of that, like an influencer, you know. Celebrities are trying to be more relatable, and now it's like a shift happening where they're starting to pull back. They want that mysteriousness again. And I think that's good because we need a lot of pullback, okay, when it comes to a lot of celebrities. They was telling too much of their business, and sometimes when they talk too much, you find out that you really don't like them, you know what I'm saying? And it messes up their brand. So I believe that them kind of pushing back a little bit is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Although he appeared to be on the straight and narrow back then, the next few years of his life are essentially a mystery. When he did reemerge in the public eye, it wasn't for a second wind of success. Instead, it was because he appeared to be losing his mind and spiraling into criminality. In early 2016, he was arrested for a litany of crimes, including domestic violence, obstruction of justice, and
Love slots.
Oh my God.
Drag.
placed in jail before released on bond. Orlando resurfaced while denying that any of it took place.
You don't say I my woman. Baby, did I you?
I remember this video.
It's so damn funny.
However, the notion that this wisecracking star was spiraling became even harder to ignore after he attempted to burglarize a friend's business, which was Legends Restaurant and Venue in Las Vegas, owned by 90s R&B star Danny Boy. As shown in this TMZ clip from 6 years ago, Orlando was caught wandering around the restaurant after hours, looking suspicious. After about a minute of scoping the place out, he covered the camera with a towel, seemingly trying to avoid being seen. When discovered by the
too
cops,
late.
he said he was there to change the locks, only for Danny Boy to throw him under the bus by denying his claims, leading to Brown's arrest. Amid a series of bad decisions, Orlando confused the entire world when he got a tattoo of Raven-Symoné's face on his neck, which left her more than a little disconcerted.
Orlando just got a tattoo of your face on his neck. Yeah, what do you make of that? I make of the second season of That's So Raven will be coming out July 25th.
Yet, unfortunately, this was just the beginning.
See that
And
media
the common
training?
denominator in all
Okay.
of these bad decisions began to come in focus. Now armed with social media accounts, the former actor began unveiling disturbing footage of his increasingly concerned audience. This was due to a whole host of unhinged clips where he appeared to be spiraling and under the influence of any number of substances.
You niggas know you lying. You patted me down at least about 3 times before I went inside. Nobody found nothing on me. I'm telling the truth. Baby, can you speak louder for the people who can hear you and let you know that I love you, baby. Had me eating the worst of the worst in the belly of the beast. But see, Jesus hung around all the swindlers and all that. So it was cool, man. But it wasn't cool. Why you do me like this?
It even led to a bizarre Rich Gang cover.
Bro, you got the old filter on that child.
And at a time where he seemed more in need than ever, he claimed that he had been abandoned by his co-stars.
Yo, man, Raven did not bail me out. My wife did. Raven ain't even trying to talk to me right now. She think I stole her damn phone.
As the posts just kept coming, everyone got increasingly alarmed and wanted to see the actor and singer get his act together, with multiple comments praying for him. Even his co-stars, such as Major Payne's Karen Parsons, were horrified and tried to play it down as much as possible.
I guess that was a very different Orlando than...
That's different Orlando from what I mean. I just know I have such a very distinct memory. Everybody grows up. I just saw that string of a bunch of Orlando videos over there. I guess I'll have to catch up.
That was a big one. People kind of bugged out when we put that out.
Is it because of the Raven
She
part or
still
because of
looks
other
good,
stuff?
too.
It's just he's very erratic. Like the whole interview was kind of like this.
Okay.
Still, Orlando kept making waves in interviews, and it didn't take long for media outlets to realize that his unpredictability made for viral content.
I don't have a problem with who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like me, and everybody know it. Me, I'm here as a tool. I'm used as a tool. I'm a teleportation device for those that need the sharpening. And if they don't want truth, then don't look me in my eye, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck you want to hear about yourself, myself, and everybody else in the room.
What is a typical day like for you when you are not?
A lot.
Okay. Wait, what's your favorite site to use? I like.
Rather than seeking to provide him with a path to redemption, these people were just exploiting the fact that, much like people who stare at car crashes on the freeway, social media can't look away when they see a star losing their mind. And unfortunately, things were about to get worse before they got better. Following a string of failed rehab attempts and arrests, Orlando wound up being profiled on the Dr. Phil show. And from the outset, his appearances and demeanor, complete with cat contact lenses, had people fearing the worst.
There are long-term effects when
Remember
we
this
do
too.
math, things that can really affect the neurotransmitters in our brain. And whenever we do certain, it can connect half a thought with another half a thought, so it can get pretty confusing. And I think there's a real good chance that what you've been through has caused you to have some neurological disruption. It's very clear to me that some of your thinking is confused. You need some treatment for that. And I think in a very short time, you can get You can get back to being the Orlando that has been so successful in your life.
Particularly when he not only made a lot of crazy claims, but point blank refused to help.
I'm 4 years sober for a reason. I just now got out of rehab. I just now got out of ER. I'm not doing no more time away from my kids other than I need to. I appreciate that, but me being free after being locked behind bars for no reason and being set up, I can't dedicate another 90 days of being monitored all my life. I don't need that crap like other people. It's a slap in the face to people that actually need it.
Perhaps the most disturbing of all was his discussion around his kids, which left people, including Dr. Phil, completely shook.
And how old are your kids?
I got a 2-year-old, 5-year-old, 8 and 11.
All right. Now, and what's the 2-year-old's name?
2-year-old, still in the belly. Still in the belly, we don't know yet.
And what's the 5-year-old's name?
That's Mason.
And the 11-year-old?
Shiloh.
Okay. Can I show you something?
Yeah.
I asked you before if you had kids. You said, yes, I have 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, what are their ages? You said 2, 5, 11, and 16.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what's the 2-year-old's name? You said Shyler.
Okay.
The 5-year-old is Mason.
Right.
The 11-year-old is John.
Right.
16-year-old, I don't know. I got to find out.
Right.
I asked you this time. You said the 2-year-old don't know the name because it's still in the belly.
That's because I have a baby on the way as well.
He even went as far as claiming that he had never met some of them.
I barely see them. I don't know them. They don't know me. That's what this whole thing is about. Being able to identify and, get back with my kids and stuff.
I'm not showing you this to make you feel bad about not being around your kids. I made the point that right now, you're an extremely intelligent guy. And I said, but you're confused in your thinking. And as evidence that you're confused in your thinking, 30 minutes apart, you are confused about names and dates of children.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to put that together. That's what I'm supposed to be here for.
This is so sad. I grew up watching That's So Raven, and it's crazy that someone so smart can take a path that was so wrong. I hope he gets all the help he needs. After this shocking television appearance where he discussed his problems, Orlando underwent a prolonged absence from the limelight. And when he did emerge in 2020, he claimed that he managed to get on the straight and narrow not only through rehab, but from the love of his soon-to-be wife, Danielle Anglin. My name is Orlando Brown from That's So Raven fame, he shared. I had some struggles in the past, involving substances like meth and marijuana. Not to mention an unhealthy attachment to the internet. I owe much of my success to Danielle for introducing me to such an encouraging place. The atmosphere here is one of genuine acceptance, camaraderie, important lessons, and spirituality. Everybody here is incredibly knowledgeable and devoted to their faith. Truly astounding. Soon, he was speaking at church events, advocating for the power to turn your life around.
About this place, and when I came, it was amazing. I had glad to know the accepted me for who I am.
Come on.
That's one thing about addiction, where you really can fall off at any time. You can start doing good. Like, you can start doing real good. This many years clean. You start really getting back on track with your life. And then all of a sudden, you relapse. And then it's like you have to start all over again. And that's the scariest part of using substances and substance abuse, because you can fall off anytime. Anything can trigger that substance abuse, And it's like it's real hard to shake off. You know, you get what I'm saying? It seems like every person that was addicted to anything, it's so hard for them to shake it off. You know, they could be this many years clean and can have a relapse like 10 years, 20 years later. You know, that's something that is real hard to shake off, you know, that I've noticed.
There looked to be some semblance of hope that he was moving forward and may even rekindle his career. However, this run of good fortune wouldn't last long, and on December 22nd, 2022, Brown was again arrested in Ohio, and this time he even lost a movie role in the process. Reportedly, Matthew Sanders, the director of Up the Score, had cast Orlando for his return to the screen, but things took a turn when tensions escalated at his home. As things intensified, Brown allegedly threatened Sanders with a hammer and a broken knife blade before being arrested. With that and a wild mugshot to go with it, he lost the movie role, making the start of yet another chaotic chapter in his life. Around this time, he was caught on camera getting into a heated altercation with an alleged friend who ended up rocking him during the dispute. Looking visibly worse than ever, the incident only added to the concerns about his well-being.
Not again, blood. Did you hear what I said the first time? Get up. Did you hear what I said the first time, bro? What the get your ass out, blood.
Oh my God.
Stop playing around here. Bro, come on. Come over here again, bro. My kids, I'm gonna you outside again.
But as bad as things looked, there was at least an upside for Orlando's bank balance. With his name now interlinked with controversy at every turn, he began to be sought out for interviews. Soon, Orlando was entering the world where pseudo-celebrities can get a second wind as talking heads, dishing dirt and spouting gossip about the world of Hollywood that fascinates those on the outside. And whatever you want to say about Brown, you can't say he didn't deliver when it comes to this. For starters, he was among the first to openly out Diddy.
Gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
When he wasn't mentioning people like Puff by name, he was shedding a light on the darkness in the industry at large.
There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. To make you buckle, bro. And people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids, and people, a lot of stuff done happened.
So the record labels are taking life insurance policies out on rappers. Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers nowadays.
This is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this.
You make
you can
more
willingly
when you're
turn
dead.
woman and have a bag,
Sadly.
or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get stuff, and they do it to you forcefully because.
However, while some of his quotes were undeniably entertaining, there was a deeper, more unsettling side to his stories, which shedded light on the struggles that shaped him. This was especially evident when he opened up about his experiences on the Major Payne set.
Karen Parsons brought me a puzzle as a kid on the set. I went to do the puzzle in Damon's trailer, and it started rocking. It was just moving, and I went to the room that they were in, and they were fucking, Damon, I'm sorry. You cheated on your wife. You cheated on Lisa Wayans, my nigga. The baddest chick. If you look up Lisa Wayans with green eyes, short little chick with the short hair, baddest chick. You cheated on Lisa Wayans, you ass nigga.
He saw too much grown-up shit in his childhood life in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So many laughing, but this industry really fucked him up as a kid. And while there's plenty of people who insist that he's insane, it should be noted that he has since been vindicated when it comes to Diddy. With one user writing, Orlando has been touched since he was a kid, and the drug use was his way to cope. But he is crazy and sane at the same time. And Orlando deserves a lot of apologies. Doesn't seem so crazy anymore. And for this reason, people listen when he's now casting the net further.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. Them from China, I didn't know you. Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
While all of this might be entertaining, it's inciting concern over the state of his mental health and whether he should be filmed if he's intoxicated. He has fake friends. Instead of helping him, they're laughing and recording. His quote-unquote friend is lame as hell. I think he was abused as a child star and is now messed up. Sick. Seen as a source of comedy to make others feel better, it's unfortunate that too many have this mentality, including Charleston White. After encountering him on a podcast, Charleston had plenty to say.
When I get there, he getting up out the Lyft or the Uber. He already drunk. He already up. He see me and go crazy. I'm thinking he going into character. So I'm studying, I'm paying attention to him. And so I'm trying to have some real straight up conversation with him. Tell him, say, boy, I say, igga. I use the N-word, for monetization purposes. Say, figure, boy, they put me and you in a movie together, my figure, man, boy, we go hit it big. He said, for real, I know. Because he had already took a big glass of Don Julio Reposado like that. He done took that to the head. So I said, say, listen, man, try not to get too drunk, homie. I got my manager with me so we can talk business. I said, matter of fact, same, don't get his number before this nigga here get too drunk, because I already see how this going.
And while he acknowledged he needed help, Charleston insisted he wouldn't be the one to do it and would just keep laughing at him.
You Orlando Brown. So that was my angle to come to him. But he don't want to be a star no more, homie. I don't know what trauma he done been through, but there's some trauma that lie there. So I'm showering him with love, trying to see if he can come out of character and just talk, because I know if they put me and him in a movie together, me and him go do a few more podcasts together. So when I find out how much he making, I said, man, he on drugs. So I called another platform he done been on, and I find out how much they paying him. And all the money goes straight to the dope man after the podcast.
I'm talking about Orlando Brown.
I want to make fun of him. Didn't you hear what I said? No, nigga, I want to kick him while he down. You lying to me, nigga. I want to kick him while he down. Make him, I want to humiliate him.
And unfortunately, Orlando doesn't seem to be taking the foot off the brakes when it comes to his absurd behavior, basically turning himself into a self-parody of a child star gone wild. As the pressure to stay relevant through shock value grew, Orlando kept pushing the limits, even going as far as claiming he had sexual encounters with Bow Wow.
What's the weather? What's the weather today, y'all?
When Little Bow Wow was on there.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass.
This shocked his fellow child star, who was less angered as he was confused and concerned over the situation, tweaked out. But you know dude really need help? That's why we ain't tripping on him. Nobody taking him serious. It's sad because he had potential to be great. It's sad. Them drugs. And despite Bow Wow's concern for his well-being, he's continued to attack.
Okay, everybody, Bow Wow is Raven.
Huh?
And he's not the only one who's fallen victim to this. Just look at what he had to say about Nick Cannon.
Oh, don't worry about Nick.
This old ass
okay,
video.
Nick,
Oh my God.
Fine, okay? You want me to tell everybody? You want me to let everybody know that? Okay, fine. Okay? Fine, I said.
His former co-star Raven Simone as well. In interviews, he claims Raven has lost sight of who she is.
Is that how Hollywood is?
If you're not on Orlando Brown's wave right about now, bro, and that's the problem.
Well, she's got a brand to maintain, and you've said some wild stuff about her, right?
Her song is cool, but like it has nothing to do. Like she's not gonna be on Bad Girls.
He
She's
looks
not on
good
Baddies,
here.
bro.
Well, that's probably a good thing, right?
No, bro, like it's not about that. With the people, she don't. And then I would never, like me, I would never expect. I mean, that's what you do in your personal life is cool, but to be the person that you are to me, which is a very cool person, you have taste, class. I was like, wait, he did what?
Right.
And so that kind of f***ed me up because I know what kind of person you are. And then you helped me out when I was on a f***ed up note in my life, and no one believed that I was a cool person.
The interview helps with that?
Dude, you let me come on your show. You let me rock it out.
I wanted to save it for the end, but you see how good Orlando looks here? He looks like he's, cleaned up and everything, but this is like I said before, when you are a part of substance abuse, like I said before, you can always relapse, Things can trigger your relapse. But here, he looks great. I don't know if he was on, drugs. I don't know if he's on drugs now. I don't know this man, okay, from a can of paint. But what I will tell you is that I remember I was watching an interview of him. And this is not recent, but this is like a couple of months ago, actually. And this was like a real serious interview that he was having. It was like two serious interviews that he was having. And he was not acting silly. He wasn't, splurring out any like crazy stuff. He was basically having a civil conversation with the interviewer, like both of them. And it was one thing he said. He was like, basically, I just know that he said, you're going to get two people. He said, I already know what some of these interviewers or some of these people that book me are looking for. They either want the serious Orlando or they want the Orlando that's a bullshit. You get what I'm saying? That's just talking like you want a viral moment, basically. He was like, everybody is not going to get the serious Orlando. He was like, so if you want to get the serious Orlando, you have to pay me this much. But if you want to get the viral Orlando, you're going to have to pay me this much. So he knows what he's doing. Like the things that he's saying, he's an actor at the end of the day. And I think people forgot about that when it came to Orlando. I think he has been clean for a minute, actually. But I believe that because he's not getting, anything when it comes to Hollywood, he's not getting booked for movie roles and stuff like that. This is where he get his bag from. Is this right here. Interviews and all this kind of stuff. This is what he gets his bag from. And his viral moments is what he basically probably, eat off of. You get what I'm saying? So he and I'm not saying this is what is happening right now. I'm just, in my mind, this is what's happening. Okay, don't quote me on it because it's probably not true. But in my mind, he's like, you know what? Since my viral moments of me talking shit, talking crazy, playing insane is getting me the traction, like a lot of attraction, I'm gonna just continue to do it. I'm gonna act insane. Because at the end of the day, we forget that Orlando is an actor at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So he sees that this is working for him. So he like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep doing it. This is making me bank. This is making me money. So you know what? This is how I'm gonna be. This is how I'm gonna act. If you want me to act this way, I'll give you that. But if you want the serious Orlando, like the real Orlando, that's gonna actually act right and not play insane, I can give you that too. And the reason why I say that is because I've seen it.
It was kind of important to me to start off there, and I had to get off my chest because I know that you're not that person. And it's like, what the
I feel like to you, given that you've grown up around like the Hollywood Illuminati, that people having sex with each other's spouses probably shouldn't even hit the register.
It shouldn't. There you go. That's why I'm like,
this is normal shit, right?
It is, but dude, you're one of us. So why would the you?
And by us, you mean
us.
But despite everything, it's evident that the public still has love for him. After all, a lot of people basically feel like they grew up with him.
Hell yeah, that's it.
Look at him just walking, minding his business.
Here you go. Hey, what's going on, man? You good, bro? Yeah.
Look at him.
He has shown signs of improvement. In interviews, he has reflected on scenarios like Dr. Phil and his subsequent drug use with a great deal of self-awareness and remorse.
I had a 2-year binge of something that I should have never, ever indulged in.
Meth?
Yes. And when it came down to it...
It was only 2 years?
Yeah. Wow. That right there put me in a position to where it's like, okay, well, now I could at least say that, I helped myself. Like when I got up there and said, hey, this is what I did. This is what I'm changing. And this is why, this is why things are going to get better. God willing, because I opened up and I did what most won't do.
Cat eyes were for Wendy Williams?
No, the cat eyes were for Dr. Phil.
Okay.
The cat eyes were for Dr. Phil.
Why'd you have those?
Because, man, I like contacts.
Seeing Orlando able to articulate and hold himself together so well after his own battle is amazing. Made me happy, made me smile. I'm so glad Orlando is in recovery and healthy. He is genuinely a good man and deserves true happiness. While in the eyes of other child stars, he needs all the help he can get, as they now see how the experience took a profound toll on his mind. A man who seems stable one moment and off the rails the next, it's hard to tell where the real Orlando starts and the persona begins. In certain clips, he even seemed to allude to adjusting his behavior depending on how much they're paying for the viral potential.
This is what I was talking about. Exactly what I was talking about.
I mean, going off other interviews in the past, sometimes you would be high, sometimes you would be joking.
No, never high, brother. The main thing is, it's what is the platform that I'm on. If I'm on a platform that says I can get loose, I'm gonna get loose. If I'm on a platform that says that I can speak intellectually, I can speak intellectually. If I'm on a platform that says you paid me $5,000 and I'm not here to play, then I'm not here to play. It's just different. Some people pay $2,000 and expect that to get this Orlando. You're not gonna get this Orlando for $2,000. You're not gonna get this Orlando for $1,500. You're not gonna get this Orlando for $500. No.
No, it's levels to this
It's
shit,
levels.
bruh.
It's
yeah,
levels.
It's definitely
That's
levels.
what I'm saying.
to this
He
shit.
knows
So
what
if you
he
want me to
doing.
act high, I'll act high. If you want me to act drunk, I'll be drunk. If you want me to say some Raven shit, I'll say some Raven shit.
He's been having fun trolling. He's a
Basically.
comedian. He's been in the business for years.
He's an
he knows what he's
actor.
doing. And it is this inconsistency of
comedian.
insanity that led Charleston White to even refute his whole image to his face.
You somewhere healthy
What?
or living a
What
good
was
life,
this
you playing
interview?
on everybody.
It's a lot of comments. It's a lot of comments that say Orlando looks so good.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Yeah, nah, man, they lying on this.
You know
shit.
what?
We're revealing.
My daddy. Man, hey, check this out, man. I'm trying to be good, Dad.
His teeth look good. You get
Right.
dope, man. Teeth go be f***ed up.
Dark circles.
Yeah, ain't got no black rings around
Yeah,
his
you're
eyes,
talking,
none of
that's,
that.
that's what I'm saying. You're talking about a child who started off acting, right? He knows how to get into character better than anybody else.
Still, it is
Exactly.
clear that the lines are a little blurred, meaning Orlando got nothing but well wishes from Nick Cannon on Hollywood Unlocked, despite everything he said.
But when you know that brother is truly in pain and crying out for help and really, I see when I look out like, oh, how did we abandon such a talented young dude and now we're laughing at him? You know what I mean? We used to laugh with him, now we laughing.
I don't want to hear all that.
This is why I can't stand Hollywood. Okay, I can't. I don't do the Hollywood shit. I don't. I don't, because Hollywood is so fake. They are the phoniest people. Period. Like, they will talk this shit here, but then be the main ones that turned their back on Orlando when he was on substance abuse. Y'all didn't want nothing to do with this guy. Y'all left him there to dry. Nobody wanted to help Orlando when he was out in the fucking dirt. But now you're talking about, how do we let this, talented man waste and how do we let this happen? You know how you let this happen. He didn't get probably no assistance from y'all, bro. And if he did, if he literally got assistance from somebody in Hollywood that I don't know about, okay, thank you. I don't know. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. But kudos to you for actually helping him out when he was at his lowest. But the people that didn't, and then talking shit, talking about, oh, I pray that he does good, and how do we let such a talent go away? Y'all know how the fuck y'all did that. Because if it's not good for business, y'all don't give a fuck about it. If it doesn't benefit you in the long run, when it comes to your pockets, you don't give a fuck about it. So let's call it what it is. If Nick Cannon tried to help him, and I already know because of the things that Orlando was saying about Nick was out of pocket if it did not happen. Okay, that's crazy work. You get what I'm saying? If it did not happen, I'm not saying it did. I'm not saying it didn't because I wasn't there. I don't know these people. So if Nick tried to reach out to help Orlando, kudos to Nick. Okay, it wasn't, my little rant was not towards Nick and Nick alone. Let's just start there, because I don't want y'all to be like, damn, she just went in on Nick and you don't even know what. No, I'm just saying Hollywood in general, Hollywood as a whole. You get what I'm saying? But with Nick, if he actually was trying and then Orlando did that shit where he said this about him, I can understand him moving a little bit back, because it's like, okay, now you're playing with me, because now you're saying some crazy shit. When he was, saying crazy shit about Nick, I get it, because I would have did the same thing. I would have been like, what are you doing? Hello? Like, why are you saying this crazy shit about me? Like, are you cool? Like, who is you cool? Like, what is happening? So I understand it in that realm where it's like, okay, I would have helped you, but now you're doing the most. Because now you just like splurring out lies to get, traction. I don't fuck with that. So I get it. Okay, because Orlando was saying some crazy shit. But I'm talking about before. Also, before he was saying crazy shit, was y'all trying to help him? Because I know y'all probably knew that Orlando was, on drugs or having a hard time. Y'all probably knew. I'm not saying y'all did. I'm just saying probably. Y'all may not and y'all may have. I don't know. But did anybody try to reach out to him? That's all I'm saying. Was anybody trying to reach out to him and help him? That's the only question I got.
You know, you see him out at little red carpets and stuff, and like, yo, the kid is popping. You know, like he gonna be somebody. And then you slowly see this turn, whatever it is. You know, I've heard various things. Like I said, I don't really know, dude, but you hear whether it's substance abuse, whether it's psychiatric disorders.
And let me say this again. They're gonna be like, Princess, shut the fuck up, okay? You're not even letting the video play now. But you don't even have to go all out your way, you know, to help somebody. Sometimes you reaching out is enough for somebody. You get what I'm saying? So me saying, did you try to reach out to help? I'm not just talking about doing the most. You get what I'm saying? Even though that would be great too. But just reaching out to be like, hey, Orlando, are you cool? Do you need somebody to talk to? Even like encouraging words for him would be great. You get what I'm saying? So like stuff like that.
Wherever the truth lies or whatever sparked his trauma responses and drug addiction, the thing that is clear about Orlando is that audiences find him compelling and want to hear what he has to say. Whether they truly think he's out of his mind or that it's all an act, the clicks and views are just as valuable to those who welcome him onto their platforms either way. After all, the man was such a potential boost to ratings with his appearance on Bad Boys Texas that the Zeus Network actually paid to get him out of jail.
Orlando Brown's not famous no more from being the child actor. Orlando Brown's famous for being in controversy.
The first bad boy we bail out.
Oh, for sure,
right
for sure.
to the motherfucking show. Let's go.
Let's get this shit going. I'm not a bad boy at all. I just call it like I see it. And it's not about bad this, bad that. Yo, they came and got me while I was in jail. Nigga, I wasn't getting out. Holy shit. I was shitting and pissing out of the same toilet that I was making my noodles in. Nigga, I'm trying to tell you some shit.
Obviously, this is ethically questionable and leads to the question if he is being used by the industry. And now he seems on guard for that. Recently, he lashed out at Kai Cenat.
I don't like Kai Cenat either.
Hello?
How is it 3 hours
like
worth of 20 versus
either.
1?
That nigga.
How is it 20 versus 1?
Kai
3
Cenat is
hours.
Tupac. Nigga, you a bitch.
Hello?
What's your problem with Kai Cenat?
Cause he a bitch, cuz. That nigga's a bitch and he won't catch my fade. That's why.
What the hell?
Apparently, the animosity comes from someone putting the idea that Kai sought to embarrass him into his head.
So what happened was, he was like, he had his assistant say, well, we want you to do the Coming to America. And we want you, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. I said, okay, all right. 5 rags? Cool. Click, and I hung up, and I'm like, let me call the team. I talked to the team, they're like, is he trying to make a mockery of you? You wore a Donald Trump suit in stupid shit. You had animals, and nobody on his platform is singing songs. Call them back and say no. And when I said, hey, I'm not gonna sing Coming to America. I mean, why does he want me to do that? Is he making a mockery? Well, he's not gonna want you to do anything else. He wanted me to make a mockery of myself.
So he invited you on just to sing a song?
Just to sing a song.
Of course, Orlando just producing some fanciful idea is nothing new. Whereas he used to tell tales about his own alleged sexual encounters with male stars in the culture, he's now peddling conspiracies about incidents in the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Do you ever get in the mood and you're like, I'm gonna put on some Kendrick, drive around listening to some Kendrick?
I did, but then I realized that you can't just shoot up people's houses and shit. That's stupid.
That's not really what Kendrick's music is about, right?
Blood. That man shot up Drake's house and then it seemed like a
Thank
yeah, I got you.
Thank you for cleaning the saliva off the mic shield. Yeah.
It just makes no sense how, you know what I'm saying, you could pull up to a man's house and shoot like that.
I don't think Kendrick was even in Canada when that happened.
It was said it was The Weeknd's entourage who might have done it. Because, you know, he's beefing with The Weeknd, too.
I'm not bringing that man up. You are.
You're terrified of Abel.
So, bro, Kendrick shot his shit up, bro. Yeah. And in this world, we can switch off. Like, bro, like, don't gotta look like me.
And he wasn't done there. Later, he suggested that the incarcerated death row mogul Suge Knight had a role to play in a rapper's death. But it's probably not the one you'd expect.
OVO security to get shot.
I think Suge Knight smoked motherfucking Nipsey Hussle. That's what I think.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Like that, nigga. Like, shot him in his face. Like, I gave you all this, and you act like, yeah.
Wasn't he already locked up at that point?
Yeah, well, come on, man. You think he stays in jail? You're so fucking funny. You think he's just gonna sit in jail and Suge Knight and all this money and stuff and all this respect?
If Suge Knight got out of jail, I feel like it would be a very short period of time before he was immediately.
I feel like it would look like surgery.
Noticed.
I feel like it would look like you.
Seemingly intent on joining the cast of colorful characters on No Jumper, Orlando was recently seen endangering himself for the platform's benefit by getting into it with infamous Rolling 40 Crip for Extra.
Throw some topics down. Didn't really.
You might be sitting down because he about to go.
Nah, that's good. That's good.
No, Kiki Palmer, I can't leave.
Who you call?
Kiki.
Even just calling him a woman's name.
Let me. What's wrong with you, nigga? Beat me up. I don't want to you up, kid. Don't play with me, nigga. Get the pictures. What the fuck wrong with you?
Oh my God.
I'm not. Nigga, I'm about to slap this nigga, cuz. Don't play with me, nigga. On the dead homies, nigga. I'll fuck you up, nigga. Don't play with me, no Kiki Palmer, nigga. I'll break your fucking jaw on you.
Hello? All the pictures.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
That's our rolling, weird ass nigga.
Got it.
All right, No Jumper.
Alrighty.
Coolest podcast, the only place you can get this kind of content. Make sure you subscribe for more like this in the very near future. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Off the back.
Vernon Avenue.
Off the back. You can't know, nigga. I'm gonna sock you out.
Alright, beat me up.
And because of incidents like this, some feel that he's doing anything for clout to the extent he has to be saved from himself. Stop interviewing Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown is a straight weirdo. They need to stop putting Orlando Brown in front of the camera and microphone. Whether you like it or not, Orlando Brown isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So long as content creators see the benefit of having him on their platforms for interviews. But what is a shame is that even with all he's been through and the antics he provides, there are still some momentary displays of his true talents.
Naughty baby, won't you do me naughty? Cause I like it when you do me that way.
When it comes to Orlando Brown, I said what I said. He doing this because this is what the people want to see. They want to see a crash out. They want to see insanity. They want to see all of this. He's an actor at the end of the day. This is what he does. Okay? So guys, what do you guys think about this video? Leave your comments down below. Do you think Orlando Brown is acting when he's, acting insane or whatever? Or do you really think that something is mentally wrong with him? He's not acting at all and he really, really needs help. Leave your comments down below. And remember, don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. Peace.
Kinetics with the fucking plug.